Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Danial Hilmy, and today I would like to talk about environmental pollution. So, the world that we live in right now is dying as we speak. Overpopulation, increasing demand in water energy sources, war, and pollution has taken a toll on Mother Earth and Mother Nature. We already saw the disastrous effect of chlorofluorocarbons, or in short CFC, to the environment, more specifically to the ozone, and caused massive ozone depletion on North and South Pole. If we, as a human and the inhabitant of this planet, keep turning a blind eye to this problem, who knows what will happen to Earth in the nearest future? We need to start addressing the problem immediately before it got out of hand. We are talking about a mankind extinction level problem here, but the world leaders today has yet to decide whether to tackle the problem right now or later. The problem I'm talking about is environmental pollution that is mainly caused by fossil fuels. No one can deny that fossil fuels are the main contributors of carbon dioxide. The rise of carbon dioxide can result in rise in temperature, which result in melting of polar ice caps and flooding of low-lying areas and the rise in sea levels. So before I started, what are fossil fuels? Fossil fuels are coal, crude oil, and natural gas. They were formed from the fossilized buried remains of plants and animals that lived millions of years ago, which is dinosaurs. Fossil fuels are considered non-renewable energy resource because they take millions of years to form and are harsh on the environment. There are three major types of fossil fuels, which are oil, natural gas, and coal. Now you might be thinking, it can't be that bad, right? Alright, listen to this. The United States Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, states that in 2016, they researched that the transportation and electricity production contributes a whopping 57% of greenhouse gas emission through the burning of fossil fuels. The world we live in will not be the same or possible without the discovery of fossil fuels. But we cannot continue to live in this way. We must change for the better, for our future, for the next generation. One solution to this problem is by switching from fossil fuels to a more environmental friendly alternative, such as renewable energy, which is the sun and the wind. Some countries have started their transition to renewable energy, such as the Netherlands and Costa Rica. But Costa Rica in particular should be in our attention. Why? Because they have successfully transformed their energy to 100% renewable energy for 75 consecutive days, which is very impressive. There are also other alternatives, which has grew in popularity in recent years despite its bad reputation. You guys can guess it, right? It's the nuclear power plant. Oftenly, it is always closely tied to nuclear missile or the nuclear radiation, even though it's in fact one of the safest form of energy available to us currently. Nuclear power plant did release a radioactive substance, but with proper contamination and care, none of it will pollute the air. Nuclear power plant is not only more efficient, it is also more cost effective. Long-lasting, provide a continuous flow of energy, which a lot of renewable energy cannot do. So it's no surprise that many developing countries has actually transitioned towards nuclear power plant rather than renewable energy. For example, China and France. Lots of countries actually chose fossil fuels as their main source of energy. Why, you ask this? That is because it makes perfect sense economically and practically, despite its harmful effect. One huge advantage of fossil fuels, like I said previously, that it has a continuous flow and stable energy throughout the day. For example, if you use wind energy, what happens if there are no wind? So in the nearest future, the best solution available to us is to either continue using fossil fuels but with better efficiency, or we switch to the nuclear power plant. It has all the advantage of fossil fuels, but without all the disadvantages such as the greenhouse gases. Plus, it is more efficient and cost effective. In conclusion, the world we live in now will not be as it is today without the discovery of fossil fuels. But It is time we change for the better for the future. As an individual, we can start by spreading awareness to our close one, our family, our friends, our relatives. I hope that in due times, the world leaders will finally take notice on this problem and tackle the problem efficiently.
Hey guys, it's me again, the pisang goreng guy. In case you missed it, I have once uploaded a video on pisang goreng a long time ago. I have put the link to that video in the description. Okay, back to the reality. Today, I would like to share to you all a mainstream problem that is haunting us day in and day out. The problem is water pollution. Before I start, what is water pollution? According to Wikipedia, water pollution is the contamination of water bodies, usually as a result of human activities. Water bodies includes, for example, lakes, rivers, oceans, aquifers, and groundwater. Humans are the main cause of water pollution, which is triggered in many ways. Firstly, by the dumping of industrial waste. Besides, due to temperature rise, also caused by human activities, the water was altered from its original composition as the oxygen percentage in the water decreases. Other than that, deforestation causes sediments and bacteria which were supposed to be inside the bark of a tree appear under the soil and therefore contaminate groundwater. In the same way, the pesticides used in agricultural fields filter through underground channels and reach the consumption networks. But why is this situation identified as a problem? This widespread problem of water pollution is jeopardizing our health. Unsafe water kills more people each year than war and all other forms of violence combined. Meanwhile, our drinkable water sources are finite, which means it will be finished when the time comes. It is further worsened as there are less than 1% of Earth's fresh water is accessible to us. Without action, the challenges will be only increased by 2050, when the global demand for fresh water is expected to be 1/3 greater than it is now. How to overcome this problem? It is not that complicated at all. Government organizations have initialized their plan of recovery to overcome water contamination. As an example, Government of Malaysia has strengthened the enforcement for protection of water resources and expedite industry restructuring so that the water operators will be financially assisted. Besides, the school syllabus has been upgraded to educate the mass to develop an ecological conscience. Some state governments also have banned the use of straw and plastic bags in supermarkets and restaurants. Why straw and plastic bags? Both mentioned products have been identified as the main contributor in water pollution. The government also promoted the uses of packaging made from biodegradable materials. The non-government organizations have frequently carried out the awareness campaign to change the public attitude, behaviors, and expectations. Both government and non-government agencies' involvement and cooperation must be present to crave and support federal, provincial, and municipal action on environmental issues, especially water pollution. The mentioned way of overcoming water pollution may seem far from the capability of a normal person, but for me, even if I cannot do something highly impactful to shred this problem apart, at least I will do my best. One of my solutions to stop this problem is reduce my plastic consumption and reuse or recycle plastic whenever I can. I will bring my own bag when I go to shopping center Or at least I will reuse the plastic bag that I have received previously. Besides, I will properly dispose the chemical cleaners, use cooking oils, and non-biodegradable items to keep them from ending up down in the drain, eventually pollutes the water. In conclusion, I will persuade my friends and family to join me, carrying out at least the littlest thing to reduce the water pollution. Their hesitation due to their previous habits of doing things may be difficult to be changed instantly, but I will be committed to change them for a better world for my sons and daughters in the future. We should do our very best to at least limit the previous things that will certainly causes water pollution. If we cannot stop the action completely, if we cannot stop the water pollution on this Mother Earth, then who will?